First of all, I wanna thank Water Sniper for that video that he had on his channel showing the young black children back in 1978, 1 year before I was born, going through this nonsense with a bunch of racist white children. Ladies and gentlemen, that shit made me angry. It actually brought a tear to my face because you know what? In the 80s, there was still racism, but it was just a little bit better, I guess, because we didn't know much about it as kids. It was there. But in the 90s, I saw it for what it was, and I thought to do better. Same thing with the 2000s when I was in my 20s. But one thing that I've learned as I've grown up is the fact that these people have never changed. I don't care about the ones who like black people, like black culture, who date black people. I don't care about them at all. The vast majority of these people have never changed. The only thing that has changed is that they have gotten older. The ones that have dead, that are dead have taught the younger ones to act the same way. And it continues. The cycle of hatred just continues. See, the thing is that you must understand is that we never created racism. They did. A white man created the racial class based on color. Okay? Black people never created racism. So if any white person, anybody in this world, black people, or anybody else for that matter, tells you, a black person, that you are racist, bullshit. It's not possible. They created the system of race. They created this racial hatred. They're the ones that did it. Can we be prejudiced? Can we be disliking of them? Of course. But they're the ones that started this. When we met them, we opened our arms as friends to them. Taught them how to bathe because bathing was a ceremony, an event for them. These people walked around smelling like trash, like dog shit every day. And made an event of going to bathe like you would go to the circus when it comes to town. I'm not making this up. This is real life. This is reality. You can go and research this yourself. But my whole point of this video, and I'm not going to keep you guys too long because I know a lot of you are getting tired of me just talking and not seeing the screen. I promise I'll have something in the background the very next video, but it's early in the morning, that's why. But I digress. Is because when I watch things like that video that Water Sniper showed us, and when I think about the stuff that people endured, not only in the 60s and the 70s, and this is after we were able to marry white people, okay? I don't know why you'd want to, but anyway. The things that black people went through way before that, slave times, when they became slaves of these people. I can't get it out of my head. You'll have black people that will literally defend other white people, knowing the history of their own people, and still come to the defense of these people who are not defending them. It's just like the reparations talk. These white people talk about racism and how it's intolerable. It's an ugly thing of our country. But they're the ones who perpetrate racism the most on this world. On us. White people have no right to talk about racism. They're the ones that created this system. They're the ones that continue to oppress people. They're the ones that continue to oppress us. Now, we got to take some of the blame and put that on ourselves because we are allowing this to continue instead of fighting back, instead of doing something to change that. So we have to take responsibility for that as well. But these people have power. You really think they want to share their power with you or anybody else? No. They want to keep their power. They want to keep their grip, and they're not letting go. They know their numbers are dying. They know they're about to be extinct. They're on the verge of non-existence. Thus, as I've told you before, the interracial dating push more than it's ever been. And the fact that we have black men who believe that it is great for them to be dating white women. It's a privilege for them to be doing that. I shake my head. I don't want to save them. I just shake my head. And when we have black women that literally go out of their way to date white men, even when these white men or these white boys, when they ask them to the prom, ask them to the prom the most racist way, and they still accept. It just shows me just how much character you have. It shows me just how much desperation you have to be accepted and loved by these people. When you look at these interracial couples on YouTube and you praise them over the ones who are in relationships with each other in our community, you're pathetic to me. You really are. There are many black love channels that I have been subscribed to since I've been on YouTube. Okay, I have them on my list right now of subscriptions. I searched them out. I look for them. I've been looking for them for the last 4 years, and I found many of them that are still in relationships today, and great examples of black love. You look at what these kids went through. This is what the majority of black people went through. It didn't matter if you were a kid. Adults and, older people went through this as well, but children went through this at a young age. You go into school, these kids were just riding their bike to, I think they said McDonald's, and they just happened to go down a street where these white kids didn't want them in their neighborhood. It was like that, ladies and gentlemen. It was. Just like if we were dealing with the Bloods and the Crips, you go down the wrong neighborhood, oh, you're not supposed to be here. Only thing with that, you might wind up dead too. From your own people. Now the good thing is that these kids didn't wind up dead, but I didn't like when I seen that black girl on that bike, and you got these punk ass white boys kicking her bike, another white girl grabbing onto her. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, it couldn't be me. And I'm not making this up. I'm not talking tough. It couldn't be me. It couldn't. I react to shit like that. You spit on me, you kick my bike, you put your hands on me. It's over for you. It's a wrap. I'm not. This is not talk like most people talk. It's a wrap. It's over. You're not putting hands on me and thinking it's gonna be okay for you. It's not. So my whole point is, every time I see these situations where we have black people defending white people, we have black people literally telling the world that reparations are not good for black people, is only going to further divide the country. It's not going to further divide the country. The country has already been divided. It's already been divided. I think that these coons and these coonettes and these advocators of racism, they need to understand that even if they're doing the work of their enemy because they want to have the enemy's favor, that eventually the enemy will throw them away like trash, and they'll be in the same situation. They're already in the same situation like us. They think because they go to Ivy League schools and they have the option of dating white women or white men that they're somehow better than other black people, and they're not. You're still the N-word to them, trust me. Even if they don't say it to you directly, they will eventually let you know. You will get your N-word wake-up call. It will come. It always comes for every one of us who decide that we think that we're better than each other and we should be on the side of our enemy. It always happens. Some people still stay with the enemy because they just love the enemy that much, and they will die for the enemy like a damn fool. But the majority of us know damn well of our history from not only that video, but from the research that we do from the history of our ancestors. Nobody made excuses for the Jewish people when they got their reparations. They weren't going through this song and dance. But when it comes to black people's reparations, all of a sudden, there's a problem. When it comes to black people getting their due, all of a sudden, the excuses are being made. And all of a sudden, they care about incarceration. All of a sudden, they care about black schools. You didn't care about black schools and you didn't care about incarceration of black men before, but all of a sudden now that's a big issue and that's a big concern because you don't want to give black people money. All there is to it. And I see this to be true. And when you open your eyes and you actually listen and pay attention, you understand that this is the reality, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making this up. And the white people that want to silence me, the white people that want to silence any black person that's speaking up against this, they just want to keep the truth unraveled. They don't want you to understand or to get the fact that this is the reality that is our reality. End of story, plain and simple. So my whole point of this video, and I didn't babble, okay? My whole point is that these people will never be a good choice for me as a mate. These people will never be a good choice for anybody as a mate, to be with, to procreate with, at all. And any black person that says, oh, that was the past, that's not these people now, shame on you. These people have not changed. They're still showing their hatred now. Every single day. Their children. The disrespect that they show you as a black woman, as a black man. They're still messing with our children. Children have been kicked. Children have been spit on. Children have the cops called on them just like the grown-ups have. So tell me how things have changed. They haven't. Only thing that has gone by is the calendar year. Nothing more. I will never hate white people. I'm telling you that right now. I don't have enough care in the world for them to be hating them anyway, at all. Anyway. But as far as I'm concerned, when people talk about separation from these people, I agree with them now. I never thought in my life that I would. But I agree with separation from these people now. I agree with separation from black people that advocate for them and that have love for them as well. And when I say love for them, I mean people that promote them as their best option of dating and marital arrangement, status, or whatever you want to call it. These people have never changed, and like they say, a leopard never changes or loses its spots. These people never lost the hatred inside them. They continue to show it now. As soon as they get mad at you, they will call you the N-word, and then they'll tell you, oh, I didn't mean to call you that, but you got me so mad. There are plenty of other words you can call somebody when you get angry. Dummy, idiot, moron, stupid. But you chose the N-word because you know deep down in your heart that's how you feel. I don't want to hear their excuses. I'm not forgiving them for anything they do. And any black person that does forgive them, you ain't a friend of mine. End of story. I'm done.